Happy Money Mindset Monday, my loves. I hope that you all had an incredible weekend. I had another epic weekend celebrating my 15th wedding anniversary. If you haven't checked out my post on my personal feed or even my Instagram, Bold Sexy Warrior, or my Facebook business page, Rosalind Fun Coaching, Bold Sexy Warrior, you can check out how Dan surprised me and how divinely guided we were to be surprised on our own too. So it was amazing. I feel like my cup is so full. Anyways, for today, Money Mindset Monday, I want to come on a training with getting a little bit more into, I'm going to bring the woo, the spiritual, the energy with the mindset and the practical calculations of getting yourself into sales power. Hello, if you're here, please say hi. And of course, if you're on a replay, please type in replay. So what I'm specifically going to go over is what holds you back from calling in more soulmate clients. Okay, of course, I'm going to talk a little bit about the beliefs. Hi, Katrina. And then I'm going to move into what is the mindset to embody, to be in your sales power. And then we're going to talk a little bit about how to create consistent 5 to 10K months. All right, so grab a pen and paper. I think that you'll want to also bookmark this so that you can listen to this again over and over. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, by the way. I really appreciate you when you are here commenting along, asking questions. I really love questions. I get all jazzed up when I see your questions, when I see your takeaways, and it inspires me to continue doing these things. If there's anything you want me to touch on more, post on the comments. You're always welcome to private message me as well. Okay, my loves, I just always want to be serving and supporting you. So if you give me questions, I love that because I'm like, okay, I can jam and create some content around this. Okay, so let's go to the first point. What holds you back from moving into this place where you are consistently calling in sales? All right, so I would say a couple things. Number one, it is your belief system. And it starts there. And then also, oftentimes I don't see people having a plan. So we do need to plan. Okay, so, and this is coming from somebody who hates planning. I really don't like planning, you guys. Does not come natural to me. My strength is being spontaneous, but of course, our strengths turn up too loud become our weaknesses, right? And so, really great at being spontaneous, but turned up too loud, not so great at planning. So, it's a practice, okay? All right, so what holds you back from calling more soulmate clients? So I will go with some of my experiences personally, but also working with clients. When I first start working with clients, it's a lot of, I don't want to be salesy. So can you relate with that? Feeling salesy? I don't want to be bugging people. I don't want to be sounding like I'm always like, all about selling or all about the money. So I want to ask you, where does that come from? Where do those beliefs come from? I know for myself, and I've shared this before, I'm happy to share it again. I had a very traumatizing experience. My first conscious experience of a sales transaction was when I was about, I'm going to say I think I was around 10 years old. Okay. And I was in a room. This was at a timeshare resort with my parents, and I was just reading my book or doing whatever I was doing, drawing. And all of a sudden I heard yelling, like this tension and this yelling. And I look up and I'm startled. And I see my parents sort of like in this position of leaning back, looking a little bit like alarmed and a little bit scared. And I see the sales team. It was a female and male team. And they were like leaning in and they looked very aggressive. And I remember they were pressuring my parents into buying a timeshare package and extending it. And of course, this is so freaking uncomfortable. And I got really scared. I started to cry. And eventually what happened was my parents my dad caved in, and my mom and dad started to have a fight over this because my mom was mad that my dad caved in. So you can see how traumatizing that was. And so for a long time, I too also was really scared because this was on a cellular level, right? Before the age of, when we're young, and usually before the age of 8, we get these experiences embodied in us. And so my whole world view, or schema, if you will, that's the psychology term, is that sales equals unsafe. Sales equals trauma. And so I had to do a lot of inner work around sales and then move into a different perspective of sales. And this is where I love to talk about sales now. I think it's so fun because once you move into this energy that sales is a sacred process. And you know what? There are always going to be people who are so icky and salesy and pressury, okay? You are not that. You are talented, you are gifted, you have gifts here to share, to create impacts. You're a heart-driven entrepreneur. And so sharing is your birthright. Okay, so sharing equals selling. It's your birthright to show up and share your gifts with the world. How are your soulmate clients going to be able to find you if you're not showing up and sharing your message, sharing what you're offering? And here's a mistake I see a lot. People share their thing maybe a couple times, like let's say it's a workshop or it's a program, and then it's like crickets. Here's the thing, my loves. Research shows it used to be 7 points of contact, but now it's 14. It's 14 times that people need to see your offer, get a touch point with you, whether that's a post or maybe a private message or some form of touch point, okay? 14 times before people start to pay attention. And so you are not being too much to your ideal client if you are sharing your offer in different ways, okay? So it's not going to really work if you're just posting your Facebook event over and over and over again. You want to create content that shares what you're going to be teaching or offering in your actual program or course or workshop, whatever you are selling people into, right? So some of those can be like an education post, it could be an inspirational post, but it's all content related to what you're offering. If you look at my posts on any of my social media feeds, Facebook, Instagram, you will see because of my August promo, I am selling my money mindset, manifest more money, manifest more money bundle. Okay, and it's no accident that a lot of these posts are related with money and educating people, inspiring people with the energy of abundance and wealth and some practical action steps. You have seen me and Dan sharing Facebook Live on this. And if you've been following me, you will see I will keep resharing that to my stories. I'll reshare the contents because not everybody's on your stories every day, right? Unless they're like die-hard fans. And I know that has some people that are, and that's okay. They're not going to care that you've shared it again, right? And so oftentimes, in my experience, what I've had happen is people make comments on my post but not purchase yet. So it shows me that there may be some interest, and people are really shy. So it's okay to just nurture that and send a message and say, thank you so much. So here's a client traction, and also really building relationship, right? With no attachment, but really being in the energy of great gratitude. Thank you so much for always just, giving some love on my posts. I really appreciate it. I love your comments or I love your questions. And I just wanted to pop in your inbox and let you know I really appreciate that. Is there anything that you'd like? Do you have any questions about the offer I'm putting out this month, or whatever it is, this that I'm selling right now and enrolling people? I would love for you to, if it's a fit, to see, let's see if this is something that would be supportive to you. And so oftentimes I have had people say, yeah, actually, I have been thinking about it. See, people are not active a lot of times. So we need to be the people that show up and hold space and say, hey, I'm here. A lot of times people are scared, especially in personal development world, right? Like it's just like it brings up a lot of stuff and they are not really um, certain if this is for them. And for whatever reason, they just haven't reached out yet, whether it's being shy or whatever. But I want to say that it's okay to nurture that process. If in the end they say no, that's okay too, right? And a lot of times those people end up signing on, okay? And it shows you're being genuine, it shows you care. You need to come from the energy of non attached. You're here. People like to buy from people they like, know, and trust. And so as you're nurturing that, you are also saying like let's get on a call. Let's see how we can support I can support you, if they're saying yes. Okay. Okay, so going back to that first point, right? So what's your money story? What's your, and then deeper than that, like with regard to sales, what's your story around sales? Right? We all have stories around money, and then that affects our beliefs. But then I also see that sales is a different category under money. And so once we really clear up that energy, heal whatever we need to heal, move into a different perspective, then this is where sales can really get fun, right? When you look at your client testimonials, look at the impacts, the ripple effects that you have created in your clients' lives. Isn't that incredible? When you see the ripple effects, when you hear how the work you've co-created together created such deep impacts in their lives and or businesses, right? Then that in itself is all the more reason to show up, because there are more people waiting for you to serve and support. Yes, Christy, it's really great to see those ripple effects. And I know you make them happen, lady, right? And so that's really important to remember, is your proof, like the social proof is important. Okay. And that also could be another content marketing post, by the way, is social proof. If you haven't gotten testimonials from your clients yet, go and grab those testimonials and then put them out as put them out as content marketing. Okay, social proof is very strong for selling. It's not a direct sales post, but it certainly will get your soulmate prospects attention. All right, so that's really important. And then instead of seeing sales as like something you're dreading, I invite you to see it as something that's exciting. And it's more exciting when we see the results we support our clients. And it's like, yes, like our clients are so lucky to work with us. They are so blessed, and so it's feeling into your own gifts. And that's not being conceited. This is about you owning your power. Remember, you are created to live here with purpose, and we each have a soul purpose. And our soulmate clients are going to be able to hear us in the way we show up and deliver our message and serve and support and hold space for them. Okay, so sales becomes really fun. So think about all the different ways and how you can be sharing your content marketing on social media, meaning with a post that you're putting out there, and they need to be related to whatever you are launching or selling. And give yourself time, right? So if you're launching a program that's more higher ticketed, give yourself time to promote it. You may think about, so for example, I often do a webinar or a 5-day challenge to move people into my Client Attraction Academy. Okay. And so I need to give myself time to market through content marketing the webinar. And then I sell on the webinar, but I'm still posting in between And that's still sales. Like there's 3 weeks post challenge or post masterclass to sell people into your program. So I prefer the slow launch, not the quick and then like rush. Okay. Slow launch feels less pressure on you. And it also is about having fun, right? We can't let our emotions get in the way. And how they get in the way is if we are putting so much pressure on ourselves and putting our worth into how many people are signing up. Marketing is always about testing. It's all about looking at what's working, what's not, analyzing, looking at your analytics, right? And then tweaking. So saying it the same offer in different ways. That's really important. Okay. And then let's talk about how to create consistent 5 to 10K months. All right. You guys ready for this one? Okay. So of course we all are in different, you may have different industries. So I'm going to speak directly to the coaching industry, healers, light workers, people who are here who offer, and if you don't offer, this may be something you want to look at is how can I offer bigger packages, right? So for example, often my clients offer 6-month packages, myself included, when it comes to one-on-one or even masterminds. Okay, so group coaching scales your business. You're serving one to many, and it's more money at once, if you want to think about it that way, per hour if we do the breakdown, than one-on-one often. Okay, so it leverages your time and your money. So in terms of being able to break it down, I'm going to actually talk about some numbers so that you can see this. Okay, so first of all, I want to say, whether you're marketing something at a lower ticketed price or something at a higher ticketed price, so something, let's say $100 or less versus something $1,000 or more, right? It takes the same amount of energy. That's right. It takes the same amount of energy regardless of price point. Okay, so it's really important to have systems set up in the back end to understand also what's the purpose. If you're selling a lower ticketed price, this may be nurturing more people. You may want to have a higher volume of people. That may be part of your objective, your goals. Okay, so you're bringing more people in at higher volume. Okay, neither is better than the other. It's more about your business model and your desire and what fits for you, what's aligned for you and your purpose. Okay, and then at the higher ticketed, you may want to have more of an intimate experience that you're creating with your clients, and that's usually what higher ticketed programs are about, right? So there's more value packed in this package and less people signing up for it because it's higher value. Okay, so let's say you are calling in, let's say 10K months. Okay, so if you want to call in 10K months, if we were to break that down, okay, that would mean you would need, let's say, 5 clients at $1,000 a month. Okay, and let's say the program is 6 months, right? So that'd be a 6K client if you have 5 of those, right? And they're paying, sometimes people pay in full, but if we break it down, it's $1,000 a month. And so you have that reoccurring income or that consistent flow of clients that you're working with for those 6 months. Okay. If you are also, now that would be 5K, right? Now let's scale your business and you would like to run a group coaching program. Now, not always the rule, okay, but for this example, let's say it's your group coaching program is cheaper, less expensive, less of an investment than your one-on-one programs. Okay, so let's say it's $500 a month for 6 months, right? And so you will call in 10 group coaching clients. Now that's another 5K. And again, you have that reoccurring income coming in. Now, in those 6 months, you're working directly with your clients, but also it's important to still keep selling, right? Which means you are still pumping out content marketing. You could be sharing your client results. You could be celebrating a client. You could be continuing to educate, inspire, ask a question that's related to, that will like target your ideal clients to answer, okay, or poll your audience. So there's lots of different ways to call in clients, and it's still really important to consistently be, we'll say, selling, which is marketing yourself, even when you're working directly with clients. A mistake that sometimes people do is they stop marketing and then they focus all in on the direct clients, and then they don't market, and then all of a sudden 6 months is up and you don't have something else launching. So it's really important to know what's your year look like. What does that quarter look like? Each quarter, what are you selling? What are you promoting? Okay, and it does require some support in being able to, some planning to know, but also it may require support, because as I'm talking, you might be feeling like exhausted. My loves, do not do things alone, okay? Don't do things alone. Hire team. Hire team. So virtual assistants are really great, okay? They range in different prices, right? But they could be the people putting together your ideas and then bringing the images and scheduling it out so that it looks like you're on social media all the time, but you're not, okay? I have seen healers and light workers say, I'm taking a break, and then they're gone for a month, couple weeks, right? But that may affect your sales. You can be still serving and supporting through content marketing, hiring somebody to schedule it out so you don't need to be, you're not the one always posting and always on social media, okay? I really encourage you to see that success is not a one person thing, okay? It's important to have aligned team members to support you so that you are nourishing yourself and you're not always marketing. It's not, it's not your genius, right? I'm assuming you're here because it's not your genius. It's really important to, you're still a CEO, so you are the person that comes up with the content that comes, it's your brand tone. And yes, you can hire copywriters that can perhaps, once they get you and understand who you are, start writing for you. In my experience, it's really hard for somebody to write like me. Okay, I've had copywriters and it just isn't quite me. So I personally prefer to write, and I love writing. I imagine that many people in here as well do, but some of you may not like writing. So it's really important to find aligned team members who can do the thing that you don't really want to do, right? But that you're still consistently showing up and serving your audience, building your tribe. That's a different phase. I mean, I could go on in this Facebook Live, but I won't. Okay, so I think I'm going to just sort of start winding it down here. I hope that this has given you some food for thought and really start to think about where maybe some of those gaps are in your business, and you can start to close those gaps. All right. If it's a mindset, if it's belief system, okay, mindset's more an attitude. Beliefs are the subconscious beliefs. You may be aware of them, and you also know that they're holding you back. All right. I do have sacred sales meditations as part of my August offer, where I'm helping you embody the frequency of safety with money, with wealth, with calling in more money, with asking for money. I also created meditation to support you in prepping for discovery calls. I have never seen anything like this. And that's why I created it, because I want you to be in this frequency of sales is sacred, sales is fun, selling is fun. Let's get into that energy, because when you're in this energy, it just starts to feel really natural. And that trauma or limiting beliefs around selling and money don't need to get in the way. They don't drive the bus. All right. So I do have this promo on. It's bundled with my Manifest More Money course that Dan and I put together. We are so proud of our work. We have so much fun, and you will see that coming through. You're going to have fun with us on this digital program. It is a self study, so I encourage you, if you are in a committed relationship, watch it with your partner. It is really powerful, and we give practical action steps to help you understand how to be in the energy of wealth, but also to, you know, how do you call in money? How do you budget? How do you, like, the basics? And even if you're past the basics, you're going to receive so much value in just hearing about the rituals Dan and I co-create together, and we practice what we preach, guys. We don't tell you to do something that we don't do ourselves, okay? And it is really, our passion and our mission as Pleasure in the Bedroom Bank to empower you in your relationship with money and be able to share your gifts so freely and so passionately and joyfully with the world and have that energetic exchange of money. So I cannot wait. Congratulations to those of you who have purchased the course. I'm loving the feedback. I can't wait for you guys to continue diving in. This is regularly $88, but because it's my birthday month, I've always loved to traditionally price one of my programs for the age I'm turning. So it is $40 for you each this month. So I'll drop the link in the status here, and you can go check it out. I believe in my work, I believe in my programs, and I mean, if you put your mindset to it, something's going to change, right? All right, my loves, let me know what your takeaways are. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to post it down here in the comments or even private message me. Thank you, and have an awesome, awesome start of your week.